Alright, listen up you little bitches. It's about time we got some hardcore testosterone excreting out of these videos. So what better topic to cover than top 10 video games that make you feel like a fucking man? Yeah, I can feel my dick getting hard already. But I know what you're thinking. Square-eyed Jack, you're not man enough to make this video on your own. And, you've got a point. So that's why I've been searching the world high and low for the manliest man to make this video with. Pete? What the fuck are you doing here?
Oh, well, I heard you were looking for a manly man, so here I am. What? You don't want my help? Is it because I'm not manly enough for you?
Just fuck off!
No. I fucked off last time, so this time, you fuck off.
Yeah, you bitch.
Get the fuck out of here. Well, now we got rid of that bozo, let's begin with Manly Man game number 10. Starting things off, I'll jump in and say blowing shit up. That's pretty manly. Games like Uncharted, Mad Max and Just Cause, where you take on the role of Michael Bay in a small set of islands and go overboard on the visual effects budget for the newest Transformers movie. A character like Nathan Drake is usually doing what it takes to not only collect shiny things and save the world, but also look out for his woman, which is caring, loyal and gentlemanly, which, let's be honest, is one of the manliest things a man can do. Whilst also blowing up fucking everything and hanging out of planes and shit. Maybe it's the childish side of me that associates shit like explosions and guns with masculinity, but fuck it. Action games. So why are action games at number 10? Well, because one of my favourite action games in recent memory is the reboot of Tomb Raider, which makes me question my immature sense of masculinity because...
She's a lady. Whoa, she's a lady. Why did I fuck off? You fuck off!
Jack, we've been over this already, and I've actually already started the video, so do you want to join me or not?
So, you're asking if I want to join you in joining me for a video on my channel? Fuck yeah! What's more manly than travelling out into untouched wilderness, breathing in the fresh air and then taking out a fucking cannon to blast the everlasting bejesus out of every living creature in sight? Let's face it, we all need to eat. And if caveman didn't go out to spear wild boar and saber-toothed tigers, we never would have invented shit to murderize innocent woodland critters for our own survival. If they weren't such pussies, they'd fight back. There is just something so calming and very meditative about wiping out an entire species for the sake of masculine supremacy. While a lot of these games leave much to be desired in terms of gameplay, who fucking cares? No real men are playing these games. Instead, these bloodthirsty fathers buy them for their young boys in an attempt to raise the hairiest killers the world has ever seen.
Guns. Not just any guns, but guns up close. First-person shooters, for better or worse, put you right there in the midst of the action. Up close and personal in the middle of the battle with a fully automatic metal boomstick right there in your face. Take cover, lock down the sights and headshot your way to victory in games caked in brown, grey and gritty realism. Except in the ones that don't feature much grey, brown or realism for that matter. Nothing is more manly than taking a shotgun and overcharging it with fire-infused shells to melt the face off of your opponents while sending them on their way headfirst into Cactus City, before moving on to exploding garbage cans and literally kicking people in the ass.
something all men are good at. Fighting! In fact, it's been proven that 91% of men can't walk down the street without wanting to rip out the spine or heart of a complete stranger, or even pile drive an innocent bystander in the middle of the street. But speaking of pile drivers, there is no manlier form of combat than wrestling.
Ah yes, wrestling is so manly. Getting oiled up in your underpants and embracing your opponent in the middle of the ring.
If by embracing you mean wrapping in barbed wire, cracking their skulls with Singapore canes and throwing them over the top rope onto hot lava, then yeah, embracing. ECW Anarchy Rules is totally insane. While it's certainly not the best wrestling game out there, it is certainly one of the most violent. It's hardcore to the max with extreme weapons matches and hard-hitting combos to annihilate your opponents. Even down to the presentation, it's disgusting and violent, like all real men. If you're not extreme, then you won't survive Extreme Championship Wrestling. Most of them didn't. It's kind of sad.
Zombie games. They're like regular games, but with zombies in them. True story. Now while I could go down the route of over-the-top zombie killing and gore spraying everywhere, which is awesome in its own right, my mind steers left, right and centre with these games for varying degrees of manliness.
Like Dead Rising, for example. But not that one.
The Walking Dead, for instance, where Lee takes on the role of guardian for a little girl he doesn't know, taking care of her and keeping her safe from zombies, lunatics, and general nastiness throughout the rest of the game series. That is taking responsibility. That is being level-headed. And that is being a man. Or maybe just good old Chuck Green. He's a manly man with a motocross career under his belt, a fucking badass leather jacket, and the macho ability to create twirling, cascading, and outright ridiculous death machines by going to a workbench and fixing shit up with duct tape.
Just like Mom used to make.
What the fuck are you doing to my video?
Actually, I don't know, so it's probably best we just move on before things get weirder than they already are.
Men like to fuck shit up. I think we've showcased that pretty well so far. But along with fucking shit up, men also like to fuck shit in general. They say men think about sex every 7 seconds, which I think is just complete bullshit. What about you, Pete?
Sorry, did you say something?
Shut up, Pete. Can't you see I'm preoccupied? Jesus. Playboy The Mansion, yeah, someone doesn't know how grammar works, is a game where you play as Huey Heffy himself, publishing Playboy magazine and spending all of the money you earn to upgrade your The Mansion. It's essentially The Sims, but instead of spending a total of 3 in-game hours to flirt, hug and fuck your way to a relationship, here you just fuck and that's it. Oh, and the magazine, I almost forgot. You hire people to do the boring work while you tell young impressionable girls to take their clothes off and pose for photos. I mean, it's not as perverted as, say, Bone Town, a game where your only mission is to grow your ballsack by having sex with random strangers on the street, but it's getting pretty close.
Chopping down trees and cutting down logs is a pretty manly thing to do, but obviously adding a chainsaw into the mix makes it even more manly. From there it's just a matter of taking that chainsaw and Chuck Greening it to an assault rifle and boom! Lancer. Gears of War. Forget your traditional style of third-person shooter gameplay and sink your bearded teeth into the adrenaline rush that is controlling stupidly over-muscular slabs of meat through a game with a cover system, lots of guns, and more monsters than you can shake a stick at. And then decide fuck using the guns because the chainsaw is too fucking awesome. And, you know, you've got that lovely colour palette of brown and grey implemented really well into this game for that certified gritty, dirty, rustic, desaturated, manly look.
Nothing will drop your balls harder and faster than playing Call of Duty every day in high school, blasting headshots, slitting throats and jumping off of buildings to get a 720 no-scope. If you ever did this, please jump off of a building. War is one of life's finest luxuries created by men, for men. Until they started letting you play as women, that's when I stopped playing Call of Duty. But I guess it doesn't just have to be COD, you could play Battlefield too. Over there you can recreate major terror attacks, which is sure to get your boner excited. Hell, why stop at just unlimited destruction on an edgy teenager basis? Let's just change this spot to war games, because we all know cowards can't survive war. Men survive war. Commando, Contra, Desert Strike, just about anything that will get the adrenaline pumping through your veins will get the job done.
Well, I may as well take the lead on this one, seeing as Jack never shuts the fuck up about Rockstar Games, am I right? Red Dead Redemption is great. Red Dead Redemption is epic. But more on point towards the end of the game, Red Dead Redemption is heartwarming. Spoiler warning for Red Dead Redemption, by the way, but if you haven't played this game by now, then fucking get on it. Going out to hunt animals is something you do throughout Red Dead Redemption, but in the later sections of the game, John Marston is reunited with his family and feels it's time to teach his son Jack how to hunt wild animals and learn to fend for himself. It's pretty neat to see this man who, up until now, we've only seen go around and mercilessly kill everyone, change into a man with heart, who has a deep respect for his family and wants to spend some quality time with his son. Also, you play as a cowboy in this game. Fuck yeah! So what game could possibly be more manly than that?
Well, I think I've got something more manly, but before we take a look, here are some honourable mentions. Sports games. The single greatest phenomenon the video game world has ever seen. These are the games of filthy casuals. Its 5 million year mission to break the bank of innocent gamers with the exact same game every year, and to boldly go where no effortless trash has gone before.
Really? Fucking really? You picked sports games over Red Dead Redemption?
How could I not? If you've ever been in the room for the final game of a season, you'll know how much testosterone is in the atmosphere. Whether it's baseball, basketball, golf, boxing, tennis, table tennis, American football, pussy football, or real football, if you follow any kind of sport, you can guarantee that there is a fuck ton of related games to get off on. Well, that was our top 10 games that make you feel like a fucking man.
Join us next time when we go over top 10 games that make you feel like a little girl.
Wait, what the fuck? No, that sounds like something a sissy bitch would say.
Oh, right, okay. So what do we do now then? Do we just fuck off?
No, Pete, you fuck off.
Ah, well, I'm still here, because turning the screen off doesn't get rid of me, you fucking moron. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share. I'm Petronious, and have a great fucking day. Thanks for watching.